Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the southern wing of the Stink Bug Works, where we sit around all day and we invent things and we make stuff. And today, I am not going to the pond. I have to sit around and invent things and make stuff. And what I'm going to be making is not boat related. So it's not going to be a boating day today. However, I do get to share my morning coffee with you folks, so stand by. Good slurp. I am just finishing up my post-run battery and boat maintenance. This one fell into the cracks and I didn't get to storage charge it until just now. And these, I have a bunch of these, and therefore I have a bunch of little boats, and these also fit now in the Ferrari. In fact, I can get two of them in the Ferrari for 2,000 milliamps. So that's pretty good in that little thing. And it's going to run on 2S. I'm sorry, 3S was out of control. Just like 4S was out of control for the Porsche. Now, other than being completely out of control and unable to stay on the water, I loved the sound of the driveline in that little short period where I could get it up to full speed, which lasted for, a quarter to half a second before the thing just became airborne. But it had a sweet sound to it, just absolutely sweet. So I'd like to have that power system in a little bit bigger hull that could handle it. We'll see. That was an 1107, and I think it was a 2Y, which would give it a 3033 kV. And so it can run on 4S and be perfectly happy. It just needs something that can handle that much power. This thing, on the other hand, was an absolute pleasure. It was indestructible. I could do a whole lot of, hey, watch this, and do crazy stuff with it. And this is essentially box stock. Now, I did have some gremlins in it. The motor wires here were not soldered to the lead wires, so I redid that. Of course, I added the flotation. I changed the battery to it had a little styrene tray in there that was tack glued in the corners, and the first time you pulled on it, it came out. So I decided to go with Velcro and jam foam. And I did the round over for a kickback rudder and put in a nylon screw, and I put on a heftier turn fin. The one they gave you is kind of thin and wimpy, and quite frankly, I used it as the turn fin for the Little Miss Budweiser. I put a little bend in it, and there, it works just fine for that. So, why am I hooting and hollering about this thing? Because I'm giving one away. Now, you got to build it, but it has all the components. It's got the motor, the jacket, the coupler, the coupler protector, the motor mount, this little clamp here. It's got the stuffing tube. It's got the stuffing tube thing. I think it has a prop. It's got your bellows. It's got this same rudder. It's got the cheesy turn fin, but it's all there. And I'm giving it away in the 2S Challenge. And the 2S Challenge is, by Labor Day, When is that? That's like September, August, September. It's way the heck off. The end of the summer. By the end of the summer, you need to build a 2S boat. No, 2S isn't bad. I mean, I'm going to run the Ferrari on 2S. I have 2S boats that are really fast. In fact, my twin 2S Cat, my H&M micro drifter, it's hard to keep on the water in 2S. Every time I run it, it does the if it hits a wake at high speed. It does not like wakes at high speed. It likes smooth water. Anyway, I digress. The challenge is you got to build a 2S boat that will go around. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We don't have to listen to this anymore. You got to build a 2S boat that will go around 2 pylons 100 feet apart. And I used 2 pylons instead of a big rounded 3 pylon to make the challenge. And the challenge is you got to do the fastest 10 laps around it. I guess it would be this way. Although I'm not going to specify a direction. If you want to turn left, you can, because like the 10th scale guys do, they turn left. Anyway, that's the challenge. The fastest 10 laps around 2 buoys 100 feet apart. And that's going to be the challenge, because if you have a really, really, really fast boat, it might make real wide corners that eat up time. But if you have a boat that turns on a dime and gives you 9 cents change, whoop, 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 that could be the way to go. In fact, go here on YouTube and look at these Europeans that are doing these eco races. Now, I have one of those eco boats. I'll run it sometime soon. It's the H&M Firefly. That thing, and in fact, it has it's got the mini Dom power system in it. So it's got that little blue VX 1515 motor from the mini Dom. It's a 10-shock motor. And that thing screams and turns on a dime. So maybe that's the way to go. Now, you can use any hull you want. You can make it out of wood. You can get a pre-made hull. You can make it out of concrete. You could make it out of unobtainium. And all you got to do is the fastest 10 laps. And, I'm not going to get real specific about the location of the buoys. They've got to be about 100 feet, as close as you can get to 100 feet. So I'll talk about that another time. I've talked about it in past episodes. One last thing. I bought these batteries for the upcoming gear drive project, the Wonder Woman 56. And they came in this nice little plastic box. And, I don't have any SMCs out here. SMC will sell you batteries in a plastic box like this, but SMC already does what I had to do to these. This seam was not watertight, and the leads were open. Now, that won't keep water out, but it will keep water in. And the last thing you want is your batteries sitting in a pool of water. Now, by definition, a LiPo, let's look at it. Underneath all this shrink wrap, I don't have a good one here, are some silver-colored cells. That's basically a bag that they seal around the contents of it. So they're sealed from the outside world, but still, you don't want those suckers sitting in water. I mean, they're sealed, but you know how water is. It goes through everything. It's the irresistible force, and the earth is the immovable object. And there you go. Anyway, I'm just rambling on because I'm not going to go boating today. I'm going to work on other stuff. So until tomorrow, boys and girls, jet out.